Hey, what's going on? It's Joey from the Hitting Performance Lab. Mr. Joe, hey, I got both your swings synced up from before on the left here, which is from the beginning of May 4th, and this was our most recent recording of your swing. I know this after one's off the tee, and that's just because obviously you just got off having a broken thumb, and I know it was rattling you a little bit when we did the live pitch, so we want to make sure that thing heals up nicely. So I know it's a little different. We got a live versus a tee non-live shot here, but the swing looks so much better. And here's what we're looking at. So let's go in slow motion, frame by frame, and then what we're going to do is we'll look at your swings as they compare right now, and then we're going to go into just looking at analyzing your current swing. There's a few things, or one thing at least, that I want you to work on this week, or at least the next time I see you. So as you can see, big difference in. Now what I'd like to see though off the tee is, I know we're looking straight down here at the ball. I want to see us actually picking up the pitch out here beforehand, and then tracking the ball down. That's the only thing that I'd change here. But when we look at lifting, float, we get a little float here, and we start our fall. Nice, relaxed fall. There's no push going on from that back foot. Looks really good. And look at this position. The differences in these positions. Look how much more aggressive this one on the right looks. Looks more major leaguer-ish than this one. This is our sit back position, is what we did when we first started working together, was trying to get you out of sitting back and hitting in a defensive type position, and you have to use more muscle in this type of position here. And when we got to use muscle, when muscle isn't moving already, we're in trouble. We tend to tense up a lot. So much better fight position here on our landing than in the before one. So good float, good fall, good fight position. Now here's the difference. Look at the difference in amount of attack mode that you got. Much more aggression going on at the ball. It looks like we're barring a little bit. I know the video's a little bit dark because of our shirt, but we got a little bit barred, arm barrage, but not too bad. It is barring a little bit, and that back elbow is racing. But the reason, we'll talk about the reason why when we look at your current swing. But I just want you to see the difference between your swings now. Much more force at impact with this swing, with our after swing. The other one was just stand still. We just weren't really moving, and we were so out in front. Look at your upper body. Look at the differences. Now something we're going to clean up is this front leg, but look at the differences in your body attack position. Okay, upper body's still a little bit forward, but I know that when we start working on this front leg, it's going to change that. But look at the forward position here in the before. Here we're starting to get back a little better. Now our finish position, I know in our practicing too, I mean, this looks better. This looks good. I want you to get there from the fight position. So from there, I want you to get to, where is it? I want you to get there straight away, like in that position. Alright, so let's take a look at your current swing. We're going to unlock these. We're going to go straight to your current swing. And what I want to see us do, and the reason why our upper half is coming forward, now look at this. I mean, we've worked the catapult loading system. You look great here. You got good downward angle with your shoulder. Looks really good. And showing our back. Can't really tell in this video because we don't have a front view. But when we do our live stuff, and normally when I see off the tee, you do pretty good with that. But we got a good downward position with the shoulders, like we're hitting downhill. And once we go into here, so we land with a straight, or with a bent knee, which is good. But what happens is that knee just stays bent as you come off the ground. So it never really gets to straight until after contact. Okay, that thing needs to get super straight, like right here. What this leg looks like, it needs to get there about right here. So as you land and you start your turn with your hips, as your hips start to turn, this thing needs to lock out, this front leg, because we have to get this hip to, the front of the hip to push back towards the catcher, and that's going to help this back hip pull through impact. Okay, as you can see, you're bent at contact, and that's going to help. That's going to not allow our upper half to get behind the ball. Although it looks much better than our old swing, much better, like night and day almost. I still want you this week to really focus on trying to lock that front leg out. So get into your good, strong landing position, like right here. That looks beautiful. You might have a little tension going on in the back shoulder, in the shoulders a little bit, but I want you to focus on trying to get this going, because I think if we can get this going, these muscles in the neck will start to loosen up a little bit. But we're definitely, with this back shoulder, the shoulder's coming towards the ear, and we're gonna have to clean that up a little bit. That's slowing our bat speed down. But we've got to get that front leg to straighten when we go into our shoulder rotating, and that's why I think this front arm is starting to bar a little bit, and this back elbow is starting to race past our hands. It's putting us in a weaker position at contact. Whereas if we get that front leg to straighten, we're going to have a little bit more pop, and then we can start to get these arms to relax a little bit, not feel like they have to do a bunch of work. Once we get that front leg to straighten, so right here, that leg should be straightening hard. And once we get that front leg to straighten, we're probably still going to have a little bit of this, the upper half, the arm barring a little bit, and the elbow racing past the hands. But once we get this under wraps, then we can start to work on relaxing the shoulder back here and giving your elbows a little bit more room to move versus them kind of moving together really quickly. But we got to get that front leg to straighten first. If that doesn't happen, we're going to have a hard time, because you're compensating with your upper half, trying to make more out of what we need to. But other than that, Joe, man, looks good. You've been putting in some good work. We still have some room to grow a little bit, to get better, but your catapult loading stuff looks good. Your forward momentum looks great. Now it's just in between. It's getting in the tunnel. So from getting from point A to point C, the point B part is where we're having to clean up a little bit. But work on that front leg. Get that front leg to straighten. Once you go into your turn, that front leg needs to straighten aggressively. But good work, brother. Keep working hard, and I'll see you next time.